Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum taci și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trece prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial. Restul voia sorții sus, mă cheamă propriul destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Câți din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, doi plămâni ca să respir. O inimă mare mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. De alei, de alei, de alei. Ce ale, nu știu ce să aleg. Dar ce ale. Nu te teme de moarte că nu-ți mai trăiești viața. Pune zâmbetul pe față dimineața. Du-te, ia legume fresh, fă-ți viața. Pune doar ce trebuie în trupul ăla ca un rasa. Niște mișcare ca să ungă carcasa. Binecuvântare nu e lumea prea razna. Alegerile noastre ne fac să simțim asta. Atât de multe drumuri, oh yeah. De alei, de alei, de alei, de alei. Dar ce ale.
Știi, avem o singură viață și nu
știu ce să aleg.
merită să ne stresăm în fiecare zi pentru toate mizeriile.
Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. One life, one life. One life, one life, one life. One life, one life, one life, one life. Learn it, love it, live it. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum taci și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trece prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial. Restul voia sorții sus, mă cheamă propriul destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Câți din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, doi plămâni ca să respir. O inimă mare mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. De alei, de alei, de alei. Dar ce ale.
Hi and welcome everyone to another deadline stream on this channel. Good morning everyone. First of all, let me just check if everything is working okay. Hello Batman, hi Harlosvile, thanks a lot guys for joining. Welcome to another stream on this channel. Really appreciate the support, really appreciate that you turned up really early into this stream.
Hi and welcome.
Yeah, I think that we're hearing okay. A different location today again, sorry about that. Hopefully everything is going to be fine. But yeah, GW23, right? Welcome to another deadline stream. Today we have a lot of things to think about and also to figure it out. We're going to wait to see if we're going to get any leaks about Manchester City, because I suppose that a lot of people just like me have Foden into their teams, and yeah, I'm just not sure what we're going to do with Foden. Salut George Gica, mersi că ai venit, thanks a lot for joining, really appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully everyone is okay. Harlosvile already sent me his team on Twitter, so guys, if you want me to look into your teams a little bit, we have some time, obviously 2 hours and 10 minutes till the deadline, so yeah, just send me your teams on Twitter, on X, however you want to call it. You have the links into into the description. Yeah, how are you first, guys? How are you? Hopefully everything is okay. How is your FPL season going? Mine is not going amazing at the moment, but yeah. Yeah, okay, we're hearing okay. Let me just open Twitter here. So as I said before, we're going to move to my team in a minute. I have Foden. I have 2 free transfers. I didn't make any transfers this week. The plan is to roll still, but again, if probably if Foden is going to be, I don't know, on the bench or something like that, if we found out that, probably I'm just going to play Szoboszlai and sell Foden next week, or I could just do Foden to Bruno this week. That's also a possibility. Haha, no hurry, we can check my team later with the others. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Hi the office, thanks a lot for joining. Really good to see you here. Thanks a lot guys. 8 people already. Don't forget to leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. But now I think that it's time to, let me just show you my team until we wait maybe for other people to send me their teams. So here it is. Now you should see my team. I I forgot to change my captain, so my captain is going to be Haaland. Don't worry about that, guys. But then who's going to be my vice captain? I guess AKTK is fine. Again, with Haaland, a lot of people are, I don't know, maybe questioning if he's going to start or not against Wolverhampton. I guess that there is a possibility of seeing Haaland bench. Personally, I'm still going to captain him unless we get a leak that he's on the bench or something, that Haaland is going to be my captain, and I think that he's the best captain this week. But yeah, currently this is how I'm lining up. Gabriel Alderete, Virgil van Dijk in defense. As I said before in my other videos, this week in GW23 I don't see a lot of transfers worth doing, because I can sell Virgil van Dijk. I know it's frustrating, I know he was rubbish for the last few game weeks, but again, am I going to sell him to Chalobah this week against Crystal Palace away? No, that's the real truth. And yeah, probably I'm just going to play Van Dijk if I'm going to keep him. Dorgu, Lacroix are going to be on my bench probably, and currently Szoboszlai is also on my bench. He's also a player I'm looking to sell at some point. I don't think that it is a big rush to sell Szoboszlai, because he can just be on my bench in some games, but at the moment this is how I'm lining up. I think that, yeah, I wouldn't play Szoboszlai ahead of Rodgers or ahead of Enzo Fernandez probably, so yeah, this is currently how I'm lining up. The plan was to roll, to have 3 free transfers in GW24, and then yeah, Foden to Bruno Fernandes, decide if I want to go for Palmer, maybe sell Virgil van Dijk to Chalobah. That's the plan for the future. Now let's see. I'm Batman. Oh, okay, so you're Batman. Okay, you have more accounts. The Office, thanks a lot. Hi Dennis, hi Leo X FPL. Thanks a lot for joining. Really good to see you here again. I think you should have two good bench. If you're rolling, Haaland can also be benched. I mean, I have Soboslai, which is fine. If I need to play Soboslai, is okay. And yeah, Lacroix against Chelsea, it's not the end of the world. I could also play Dorgu. I think that is going to start against Arsenal away, but probably I would rather just play Lacroix, honestly, instead of Dorgu. So I'm fine. I'm fine if I'm going to roll. Even if both Haaland and Foden are going to be on the bench, I don't think that they're going to miss out completely in that game. So it's not going to matter that much, Harlosville, I think, if to have two really strong bench options. But yeah, Haaland can also be benched. Yeah, Haaland could be benched, but I find it really difficult to believe that Haaland is going to be on the bench and he's going to play 0 minutes. So yeah, if we get a league that Haaland is going to be on the bench, I'm just going to bench Haaland for Soboslai, honestly. Probably that's what I'm going to do, and I don't know, Captain Ekitike. I really want to captain Haaland, but that's Jet Sky fraud. Captain him. Yeah, I saw that. Now, to be honest, last game week, I think that I was really unlucky. I captained Ekitike. Everybody went for, I mean, not everybody, but a lot of people captained Haaland. He blanked, and Ekitike had some chances to score goals against Burnley, and yeah, it could have been incredible. But yeah, I still think that the decision was okay. I wish you success. Success always, brother. Thanks a lot, Sanli. Cool piece. Thanks a lot for joining the stream in the first place. Really appreciate it. I wish you also success in FPL and in whatever you want. I changed the name. Oh, okay. Okay, Batman. Now you're the Office. So, yeah, this is my team currently. Please let me know, what would you do? I have 2 free transfers. I can do Foden to Bruno Fernandes easily. I just think that the fixture is horrible against Arsenal away, and the plan was always to play Foden. Now, in the course of this week, there are some doubts. For sure, about Foden. We don't know exactly. I mean, I can't guarantee that Foden is going to start, but if we get a league that Foden is starting, he has a much better fixture than Bruno Fernandes, and I prefer to have Foden, honestly. And with the money, yeah, I lost some value on Bruno Fernandes. I lost some value on Foden. Probably Foden is going to drop also tonight. So yeah, I don't care too much about the money, because I can afford easily Foden to Bruno, Virgil van Dijk to Chalobah. I can afford pretty much every player I want at the moment. Now, at some point, if Palmer, if Salah are going to became option in FPL, then that's going to be a little bit more tricky to get all these players. But yeah, you will laugh at the moves I made this week. Yeah, I can't wait to hear about them. Not Nepo, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Soboslai on the bench. Currently, yes. I mean, would you play, guys, Soboslai instead of let's say you're not going to play Soboslai instead of Ekitike, Thiago, Haaland, but which player from my team would you drop the Office? Would you drop Enzo or Rogers, or maybe Foden or Anderson to play Soboslai? Yeah, I'm not so sure. I think that Soboslai is a good pick. I don't like that he's on my bench, but if Foden is starting, I prefer Foden. If we get a league that Foden is on the bench, I'm just going to play Soboslai. Other than that, Enzo against Crystal Palace away, I think that Soboslai is not going to be on penalties. Mohamed Salah probably is going to start this game. Enzo Fernandez is not going to be on penalty as long as Palmer is playing. Now, at some point, he could be on penalties. And Rogers, again, his data, his expected data is better than Soboslai in general. Now, he has a tougher fixture. I agree with you against Newcastle away, but I'm still playing Rogers ahead of Soboslai. Hi, Yukesh, Edits, thanks a lot for joining. Is Martinez, Chao, Palinia, and Guyu? I have 1 free transfer. Who must I get? So your bench is Martinez, Chao, Palinha and Guyu, one free transfer. I think that I would roll, but let me just see. So I would play Raya, Timber, Gay for sure, Van Dijk, Mukiele, Foden, Saka, Garner, Harry Wilson, Ekitike and Haaland. I would just roll, honestly. I think that I would just roll Ukesh with your team because it's fine. And as I said so many times, in Gaming 24 we're going to have a lot of things to do. I mean, not a lot, but if you want to buy Man United players, if you want to buy some Chelsea players, you need to have some free transfers to do that. So that's why Ukesh probably I would just roll. Hi Damon, thanks a lot for joining. Do you think Palmer starts? Personally, I think that Palmer is going to start, yes, but he had another little injury. I think that he's going to start. If you have Palmer, definitely play him. Now, if you don't have Palmer and you're planning to buy him, I don't see a lot of good reasons to buy Palmer right now because the fixture is not great against Crystal Palace away anyway. And if you really want to buy Palmer, you just wait until Gaming 24 and buy him for the amazing fixtures. But if you have Palmer into your team, definitely just start him. Probably that's what I would do. Start one of Bruno G or Dorgu or Stach. Expect Dorgu, both are yellow. I mean, with Bruno Guimaraes, he had an injury. He had an injury in the Champions League. I don't think that he's going to start, honestly, Bruno Guimaraes against Aston Villa. I could be wrong. If he was fit, I would start Bruno Guimaraes over Dorgu and Stach for sure. Stach also is a little bit of a doubt, so I think that I would just start Dorgu in your case, Leo X, because I think that he's the only one who's going to start the game. I would drop Anderson for Sobo. I mean, I get it, but Anderson is so good for defensive contributions and the fixture is also okay, so I don't know. Yeah, again, yeah, Szoboszlai at some point was in my first 11 instead of Anderson, but I just think that the safer pick is Anderson now that Szoboszlai also lost penalties probably. Foden won't drop after the hat-trick tonight. Yeah, probably. Hey mate, all the best this gaming. Hi Ronan, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate the support. Good luck also to you this gaming. And what's your opinion on Salah? Is Wirtz performance going to get affected again? I don't think so. I mean, Florian Wirtz, a lot of people doubted him, let's be honest. But he's getting better. He's getting better slowly but surely. He's playing much better. I don't think that I don't know. It seems like Slot and Salah have made peace because he started in the Champions League. He played 90 minutes, I think, and he got straight into the team. Now, is Salah going to play every game? I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's how it's going to be. I don't think that's going to impact Florian Wirtz's performance. Just if Florian Wirtz is creating the chances and Salah is just missing them like he did this season, then maybe, yeah, he's going to affect his performance. But yeah, hopefully he scores a hat-trick. Hey Denis, hi MKaki, thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate it. I forgot to put on the countdown, so yeah, -2 minutes, guys, till the deadline. Rodgers to Semenyo. For me, no. I mean, the fixtures, I'm not sure if you can see them, but the fixtures for Rodgers are pretty decent. After Newcastle away, it's Brentford at home, Bournemouth, Brighton, Leeds, Wolverhampton, Chelsea, Man United, West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Sunderland. So the fixtures are pretty decent for Rodgers. If you want to sell him to Semenyo, for what sort, I think that Semenyo is going to start against Wolverhampton, but he's still a Man City player. He's still going to have some risk attached to him. If I had Rodgers, I mean, I have Rodgers, I'm just going to keep him because the fixtures are just getting better right now. So I kept Rodgers for the last 3 game weeks, I think. Now I'm just going to keep him. I don't think that's worth making that transfer because Rodgers is a decent player. Surely, maybe you have a better route to get to Semenyo if you really want to. When are you gonna do team check? Just send me your teams on Twitter and we're going to do that. The office. I'm playing triple Man City, O'Reilly, Foden, Haaland, and I sold Harry Wilson for Enzo Fernandez. Tell me how stupid I am. You're not stupid. again, I don't have Harry Wilson in my team. I know that he was amazing for a lot of people, but Enzo Fernandez probably, I mean, not probably. For me, Enzo Fernandez is better for the next 5 fixtures than Harry Wilson, so that's a good transfer. Now, maybe it wasn't, it didn't have to be rushed to be made this week, that transfer, Harry Wilson to Enzo Fernandez, but yeah, and playing O'Reilly, Foden, Haaland is nothing stupid. I'm playing Foden and Haaland at the moment. Let's see if we get some leaks. With O'Reilly and Foden, the thing is, nobody can tell you if O'Reilly or Foden are going to start. Only Pep Guardiola knows that. But the chances are there, I think. I think that Foden is going to start. He started every gaming since gaming 4. Now, could he be rested? Yes, he's a Man City player, but we know that with all the players from Manchester City. Imagine Dorgu score. Yeah, if Dorgu is going to score again, then he would be a really nice troll after he blanked all the games I played in the good fixtures. Hi Dennis, hi S4. Thanks a lot for joining. First on the bench for Bruno Guimaraes. Pick one. Dorgu, Welbeck, Rodon. Just a second. Now, if you think that Welbeck is going to start, I would start Welbeck for sure. I would put Welbeck first on the bench if you want, for Sud. Welbeck, Dorgu, Rodon, that would be my order probably. Should I vice captain Ekitike or Saka? If I had Saka, I probably would vice captain Bukayo Saka, because I think that he's going to start. Now, yeah. I don't have Saka, so that's why my vice captaincy is on Ekitike. Hi Luca de Gabriel, thanks a lot for joining. Sell Guyu for Thiago, Calvert-Lewin, or roll the transfer. 2.6 million in the bank and 1 free transfer. Have plans to bring in Bruno for Foden game 24 if Foden plays versus Wolverhampton. I would just roll the transfer if that's not going to affect your team, Luca de Gabriel. Because in Gaming 24, maybe you want to buy Bruno Fernandes, maybe you buy Chalobah, maybe you want to buy some Chelsea United players. And it's going to be useful for you to have 2 free transfers to distribute those funds. Shirap Debutia, thanks a lot for joining. Keeping Foden this week, doing Ekitike to Thiago. I mean, doing Ekitike to Thiago is not a move for me. I mean, again, what can I say? I think that Ekitike is a better pick than Thiago for this game, for Gaming 23 anyway. And if we look at the fixtures for Thiago, long term, Aston Villa away, Newcastle away, Arsenal at home. So if I don't own Thiago in my team, I don't think that I would be buying him, honestly, until he's going to play against Arsenal. So yeah, but if you want to do Ekitike to Thiago to, I don't know, free some funds to upgrade elsewhere, then yeah, maybe. But just like that, selling Ekitike to Thiago doesn't make a lot of sense for me, because Ekitike has a good fixture himself against Bournemouth away. Or do you think it's worth to take a -4 hit, still stack with 3 in the bank? If yes, can you suggest someone? No, I wouldn't take a hit. I wouldn't take a hit, Leo X, with your team. You have Welbeck, Dorgu on your bench, which is fine. I don't think that I would take a hit. This is not a good week to make transfers, bearing in mind taking hits, I think. Again, I'm not going to buy players for free. Would I buy them for hits? No, for sure not. Hi Aligar FC. Hi Dennis. Would you start Anderson over Mukiele if you had Bowen? So you're playing Bowen against Sunderland. Fair enough, I would play him also. Anderson over Mukiele. I mean, Anderson is playing against Brighton at home. I think that I would start Anderson, yes. Yeah. I think that I will start Anderson. Dennis, long time, how are you? Hi Canon Folder, thanks a lot for joining, really good to see you here again on the stream. How are you doing, man? Yeah, fine. This season is not going how I planned it, but other than that, everything is fine. Thanks a lot for joining the stream, really good to see you here again. Hi Frank O'Brien, Gabriel Timber, Ciao, Tarkovsky, O'Reilly, Rice, Bruno, Semenyo, Enzo, Wilson, Thiago, Haaland, Ekitike, bench 3. Bench 3? I would bench Ciao. So I would play Thiago, Haaland, Ekitike. So you need to play all those three, I think. And then you need to play 3-4-3. So I would play Gabriel Timber and Tarkovsky. I would bench Ciao and O'Reilly probably. O'Reilly because of the doubts around him. And then from the midfield, I need to bench one. Rice, Bruno Fernandes, Semenyo, Enzo, Wilson. Probably I would bench Enzo Fernandez in that case, Frank O'Brien. And play 3-4-3. Maybe Dorgu just scores against the big teams. Maybe, but in the toughest fixture he's going to have all season, I have no will to play Dorgu this game, honestly, against Arsenal away. If he's going to score a hat-trick, yeah, it is what it is. I was never going to start him. Hi Chandri Balu, thanks a lot for joining. Why my full message isn't shown? I'm not so sure. I didn't see any message from you. Maybe try to, I don't know. I don't think that I have a limitation for words or something like that. Maybe just try again, Chandri Balu. I'm banking my transfer to get 3 free transfer next week. Same, that's what I want to do. Then have to sell a City player as I have 4. Nice. Yeah, probably Foden to Bruno. Yeah, that's the plan for a lot of people. Canon Folder to sell Foden to Bruno, myself as well. And yeah, probably now if I have to pick to sell one Foden or Semenyo, probably I would just sell Foden first. Start 2 out of Rodgers, Ciao and O'Reilly. I would start definitely Rodgers. And Ciao and O'Reilly, it's such a tough question. If you can wait, Blake Williamson, thanks a lot for joining the stream, by the way. Maybe we get some leaks. If O'Reilly, if Foden, if Haaland, if these players are going to start for Man City, if you are sure O'Reilly is going to start, I would definitely start O'Reilly over Ciao. If not, I would just start Rodgers and Ciao. Will Foden start? I don't know yet, but maybe we're going to get some leaks. Nobody can guarantee you that Foden is going to start. Let's wait, guys. Let's wait until we approach the deadline. Maybe we're going to get some leaks. Morning, bro. Good morning. Thanks a lot for joining, Red. Should I play Dubravka instead of Raya? I don't think so. I mean, I'm playing Raya instead of Dubravka. So, yeah, if you want to play Dubravka for, I don't know, for differential, I guess. But Tottenham at home is not such an amazing fixture for Burnley. So, yeah. Chalobah, Van Dijk, Gabriel, Rice, Bruno, Semenyo, Wilson, Haaland, Thiago, Ekitike. Nice. Yeah, it's a nice team. Who should be my first sub? Van de Ven. So you're benching Van de Ven against Burnley, right? Now, I would be starting Van de Ven, honestly, in your team, right? I think, because it's Burnley. It's the best fixture probably you can get. Van de Berg... Van de Ven, Van de Berg, Dewsbury Hall. The first sub would be definitely Van de Ven, but personally I think that I would just start Van de Ven instead of Chalobah. That's what I would do. I think that they have a better chance, Tottenham, of keeping a clean sheet than Chelsea away to Crystal Palace, but that's just my opinion. I send it. Is Dorgu actually going to start over Cunha again? Probably because but again, we're not going to be sure if Dorgu is going to be nailed or not, but I think that Carrick is not going to change a lot from how they played against Man City, because they played really good against Man City, and I think that they're going to play the same. And Dorgu is just, I think that better a little bit defensive wise than Cunha, so that's why I think that he's going to start. But Yeah. Hi, bro. How are you doing? Really good, Ahil Sayed. Thanks a lot for joining. I'm having a horrible season, barely rank in the top 1 million. Definitely going to be my worst finish in a while. I mean, this is one of my worst seasons. Also, at the moment, I'm 376k, which is okay, I guess. I still have some hopes of getting inside the top 100k, but pretty much that's it. Probably this is my target at the moment for the season. It was a really weird season with a lot of additions to defensive contributions, and yeah, a lot of crazy scores, honestly. If we talk about players like Harry Wilson, Caicedo, all these guys who outscored a lot of. We don't have a lot of midfielders. We didn't have players like Palmer, Saka, Mohamed Salah. So everybody just is captaining Haaland every game week, and that's it. And a lot of people have the same teams, so it's really tough to climb the ranks. Play Elliot Anderson and bench Foden. I'm playing Elliot Anderson. He's in my starting 11. Now, if Foden is going to be on the bench, I will just play Soboslai probably. But if Foden is starting, I have no thoughts about benching him. Can decide whether to start Roofs or Dubravka. I think that I would start Roofs, because Sunderland may be the slightly better defense. I mean, not slightly, the much better defense than Burnley, and they have a slightly better fixture, I think, against West Ham. It's just that it's away, so that's not amazing, but I think that I would still play Rovs. Hi Cheetos, what do you think of getting Njaya for this week? I work next week. I like Njaya. I mean, there are some slightly doubts if he's going to start straight away after coming from the African Cup of Nations. That's the only problem, but Everton are playing on Monday, I think. So I think that Njaya is going to start because Grealish is also injured. They don't have a lot of players to play, so I like Njaya. How will you know if Foden starts? There isn't a guarantee that I will know, but if we get some leaks, I'm going to let you know. We're going to check Twitter as close we approach the deadline, so that's the only way for me to know if Foden is going to be on the bench or not. But yeah, now let's move a little bit to Twitter. Let's look at your teams a little bit. If I can do this. Okay. If my internet would work. So Harlotsville was the first one. Any advice for the bench? So you're benching Harry Wilson. I mean, honestly, I think that I'm not sure if I would just play Harry Wilson instead of Rodgers. Slightly better fixture at home. Good numbers for Wilson this season. I would be tempted to just play Wilson. But again, Rodgers is a player who can score in every game, obviously. Now on the bench, I think that I would have Chow ahead of Lacroix probably. But other than that, yeah, I agree with your team. Kelleher instead of Verbruggen. Yeah, it's really close. It's really close, that one, but probably I would play Kelleher with the fixture at home. Yeah, honestly, I would be tempted to just start Harry Wilson instead of Rodgers probably, but that's it. Or instead of Enzo Fernandez if you want to start Rodgers. But yeah, pretty much that's it. Are you definitely going to captain Haaland? If we don't get any leaks, let's say, I'm going to captain Haaland and hope for the best. If we get the league that Haaland is starting, definitely I'm going to captain Haaland. I think that he's the best captaincy option this week if he's going to start. Now that's the only problem. Now personally, I need to trust my gut feeling, and that's that Haaland is going to start. because he started pretty much every game this season, I think. So yeah, I'm going to captain Haaland probably. George, poți să trimiți echipa oriunde, poți să scrii pe YouTube. I don't know if you can send the photo here, but yeah. Also, you can send me your team on Instagram, George, if you can find me. How will you know if Foden starts? Yeah, Krupi, Bruno Fernandes, Chalobah in for O'Reilly, Foden, Bowen next week. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Those are good moves. Those are good moves. Ahil Sayed, I like them. Posted my team on X. Now you think sell stack for -4 and bench Rodgers maybe? Yeah, let me just see. Let's go for Batman first, because he was. Hi, do I roll or I change someone for 1 week because I'm gonna play the wildcard chip next week? Haaland is my captain. If you play your wildcard next week, probably I would just roll. You're captaining Wirtz. Good luck. Garner, Enzo, Haaland, Bowen, Ekitike. Yeah, I would just play. I would just play this team. Save the transfer. Batman here, and yeah, I would just save the transfer and wildcard gaming 24 if that's your plan. Because you can roll the transfers into a wildcard. Other than that, yeah, I would just bench Lacroix and Stach. Maybe have Stach ahead of Lacroix, but it's not a big difference. Nico Gonzalez is going to be out anyway, but I would just roll with that team. Leox, Hashir Akhtar, thanks a lot for following me on Twitter, on my new account since the first one was hacked. So for Leox, now you think sell stack for -4 and bench Rodgers maybe? No. The thing is, for Harlotsville, I think that he had Harry Wilson, so that's why I said that I would play Harry Wilson instead of Rodgers. But if you need to play Rodgers just like me, it's okay to play him. It's not a problem. No problem. The Office or Batman, thanks a lot for joining, for sending me your team. Really appreciated. So yeah, I would not take a -4 to sell stock just to bench Rodgers, honestly. Leox, I think that I would just roll with this team. It's perfectly fine. Now, O'Reilly is going to be a doubt. Maybe have Bruno Guimaraes instead of Esteve. Ahead of Esteve. And I think that I would play Verbruggen, honestly, instead of Dubravka, but again, it's not such a big difference. If you want to play Dubravka, probably he's going to make a lot of save points. So yeah. Is Nunes going to start? No, Nunes, from what I know, he's not going to start. Let me just see it. But Pep Guardiola said clearly, I think that Nunes is a doubt for this game week. If I can find the Man City section. So for anyone interested in Palmer, he's in a good place and trained today. He will be assessed later. So that's why I think that Palmer is going to start. So Mateus Nunes, illness, will be assessed in training on Friday. Now, could he start Nunes? Yeah, of course, but I think that he's a doubt. So I would say that he's not going to start Frosty, but who knows? No problem, Frosty. Yeah, I might start Wilson instead of Rogers. Rogers has a difficult fixture, but better underlying numbers. Yeah, probably. But Harry Wilson also outperformed this season amazingly. So, yeah. Newcastle away is not a fixture I usually like to target. So let's see for Georgia. So this is your team. Don't know how many free transfers you have, Georgia, but this is your team. So yeah, I think that I would play Van Dijk, Timber, Anderson. Here they are recommending Dubravka. Now, I'm not sure if I would play Dubravka over Verbruggen, but I think that it's a really close decision. Dubravka probably is going to make a lot of saves. Who knows? Can Burnley keep a clean sheet against Spurs? I mean, that's possible, but I'm not so sure how likely. Saka, Rogers, Lefe, Ekitike, Thiago, Haaland. Honestly, if we get some leaks, play Foden, Haaland, captain, all good, roll the transfers, reassess next game week, because your starting 11, if all these players are going to start, is okay, is really okay. You have also cash, you have Miley, decent bench options, so yeah, your team is okay, I would say. 4 free transfers, okay, so you have a lot of free transfers. Now then, yeah, but I don't know what I would do again. Which players to buy this week? I mean, if you you don't have someone like Gabriel from Arsenal, who I think that he's probably the best defender to own in FPL. If you can just sell Van Dijk to Gabriel, probably you can do that in one move, right? You don't have the money. You need to make another transfer. Maybe Van Dijk to Gabriel, and yeah, I don't know. Cash to... I mean, if you want to keep cash for the long run, that's perfectly fine, because Villa are going to have decent fixtures. But cash to an Alderete, Miley to a Reinildo. Reinildo is 3.8 million from Sunderland. So if you want to save up some cash, that could be one move. So Van Dijk to Gabriel, Miley to Reinildo. Now again, this is just... oh, sorry, Miley's listed as a midfielder, yeah, my bad. So probably the only cash to Reinildo. Again, this is just my first thoughts, you know better your team than me, but I would try to find a way to buy Gabriel as fast as possible. That's what I would try to do. Have a way to buy Bruno Fernandes next game week, probably by selling Foden. And I don't know, maybe Saka to Rice next game week. This game week is not a priority for you to sell Saka to Rice, but from next game week on, I think that Rice is probably better value. So yeah. I had in mind Rogers to Semenyo. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know, I would like to keep Rogers, honestly, because the fixtures are decent. A lot of people are going to want to buy Rogers in the future. I mean, that's not a reason to keep Rogers, is because he's going to be a popular pick probably for the future, but I don't like selling Rogers, because you came this through. The fixtures after Newcastle are going to be okay. He has good numbers. He should have scored against Everton next game. He had a lot of XG. So, yeah. Captaincy thought, Gabriel and Thiago. Again, if Haaland is starting, he's miles better than Gabriel, than Igor Thiago, from my point of view. But if not, if you force me, Al Hussein to captain one, Gabriel or Thiago, probably Thiago. I would take the penalty taker. I sent my team under your post on the live stream. We're going to take a look at your team also, Ahil Sayed. No problem, don't worry about that. The thing is, Frosty, I got 4 City players because of the Semenyo thing, and I'm not sure if I transfer him out. You just play Semenyo this week against Wolverhampton. There's no way I would sell Semenyo ahead of Wolverhampton at home, because I think that he's going to start also. So yeah. Thanks, no problem, George. Yeah, you're in a good position to have 4 free transfers, but I'm just, again, probably I would not sell Rogers, but yeah, I think that you have more urgent, more other priorities to sell before Rogers. But again, if you want to sell Foden, that's perfectly fine. Sorry, Rogers. Instead of Bruno Fernandes, how would be Mbeumo? You could go with both of them. You could go with Mbeumo and Bruno Fernandes, but I think that Bruno Fernandes is the better pick. On penalties, on some set pieces, Mbeumo is also nice, so I don't mind it. If you want to go for Mbeumo because he's going to be more of a differential, let's say, than Bruno Fernandes, then that's fine. But I think that Bruno Fernandes is a slightly better FPL pick. On penalties, also he's getting defensive contributions compared to Mbeumo, so yeah. O'Reilly start or transfer Chalobah? I would wait for the leaks. If O'Reilly is starting, I would definitely just play him. Chalobah, again, Chalobah is a player I would like to buy probably next week, but this week against Crystal Palace away, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure about that. But yeah, if O'Reilly is somehow we find out that he's on the bench, then probably I would sell O'Reilly to Chalobah this week, because you probably want to have Chalobah from next game week onwards anyway. Hashir Akhtar sent me his team also. Help with the bench. Help with the bench. Okay, so Mukiele, Chaka, Dorgo, Chalobah, Timber, Gabriel, Verbruggen, Dubravka, Rogers, Enzo, Bruno Fernandes, Wilson, Ekitike, Haaland, Thiago. So help with the bench. I think that I would play honestly Mukiele instead of Chalobah. I'm not sure if Shahir Akhtar is on the stream, but I will let him comment here. I think that I will start Mukiele instead of Chalobah, and that's it probably. Yeah, let me just. But other than that, yeah, it's fine. Virgil van Dijk to Chalobah, I like that, but for this week, I don't see the reason to sell Virgil van Dijk to Chalobah this week, because for what's worth, I think that Liverpool have a slightly better fixture against Bournemouth away than Chalobah against Crystal Palace away. So I would just delay that move for Gaming 24 if you really want to buy Chalobah. Maybe I'm also going to do Van Dijk to Chalobah, but in Gaming 24, the Spirographer. Hey, all from sunny Sharm El Sheikh. Thanks a lot for joining, VJ Surya. Hopefully you're having a great time. Hi, Denis. Thank you for convincing me to do Cunha to Bruno last week. Now I need to a kin replacement for 5.1 millions. Thinking Senesi. Yeah. Hi, Pojul. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Now I'm not trying to convince. I'm not trying to force anyone to do the moves I'm saying. This is just my opinion, but really happy that it worked out for you to get Bruno Fernandes, and also he got something against Man City. Kin replacement 5.1. So obviously you can't afford the Chalobah. So let's see here. Senesi 4.8. Yeah, Senesi is okay. Now this week against Liverpool is not amazing. So if you need to save the cash, as I said before, Reinildo, Mukiele, Alderete, Sunderland defenders are okay for the short term. Other than that, yeah, Anderson is always decent, I guess, at that price. Yeah, probably that's it. So if you want to sell Keane, I would try to have Arsenal defenders, but again, 5.1 millions is your price. Probably Senesi. I think that he's going to be a good one for the fixture, considering the fixtures for Bournemouth. Hi Tiger Gunner, thanks a lot for joining. Dennis, I sent you my team on Instagram. Can you let me know what you think? I've already made my free transfer, took out Van Dijk for Chalobah. Yeah, for sure. That's a good transfer. I mean, I don't think that I would make that transfer this week. But since you did it already, Peter Wilkinson, yeah, you made your free transfer. Chalobah, Van Heg, Timber, Tarkovsky, Garner, Janelt, interesting player. Semenyo, Raul, Thiago and Haaland. Yeah, that's how I would have my starting 11 also. So yeah, I would change nothing there. Thanks a lot guys also for 16 likes on the stream, really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying the stream. Really appreciate the support, thanks a lot. Bournemouth go on a good run until about the wildcard window. Yeah. If you need to play Senesi this week against Liverpool, I don't really like it that much, but long term I like Senesi, and yeah, he's a good option. So for Leox, I think that we saw this team, and Akhil Sayed. So this is your final team, Akhil Sayed. Raya Gabriel, O'Reilly, Van Dijk, Rogers, Enzo, Foden, Rice, Bowen, Haaland, Ekitike. That's a really good team. Now Anderson against Brentford away, could he be better than Enzo, Rogers? Maybe. But let's just wait for leagues. Akhil Sayed, if Foden is going to be benched, in your case I would just play Anderson and that's fine. Enzo captaincy shout. Palace have been atrocious. I don't know. If Palmer was out, maybe you could take into consideration captaining Enzo Fernandez, but other than that, it's not like Enzo Fernandez is scoring goals for fun or anything like that. He's missing a lot of chances, so I don't know. I mean, if you're not captaining Haaland, there aren't a lot of amazing captaincy options anyway. Bukayo Saka, Ekitike, Foden maybe, Bowen, I guess, or maybe even Gabriel, but I don't think that I would captain Enzo, honestly. Cheers mate, no problem. Tiger Gunner, thanks a lot for joining the stream, really appreciate it. What happens to Gordon now that Bruno Guimaraes is out? Is it good for Gordon minutes or Gordon to Enzo with one free transfer? If you have Gordon, I would just start him this week because I think that he's going to start. It's a huge game for Newcastle against Aston Villa at home, and he's on penalties. I know it was really frustrating to have Gordon. In the last few game weeks he scored a lot of goals in the Champions League but not in the Premier League. But for this game week, for 23, I would just keep Gordon and sell him probably in game week 24. Now, what does that mean to Gordon that Bruno Guimaraes is out? That doesn't help a lot because they are not playing in the same position. I think that Gordon is still going to start. I'm not sure if... I think that his minutes are going to be decent against Aston Villa, to be honest with you, in game week 23. So anyway, Nicole, I will just play Gordon this week and reassess next game week because I think that he's going to start. I did Gabriel for Chow. Nice. Akhil Sayed. Yeah, your team is looking okay. Now O'Reilly is a doubt and Foden is a doubt. They are Man City players, but yeah, if you have more free transfers, if you want to sell O'Reilly to Chalobah, I guess that's also fine. If you're scared about O'Reilly being benched or something like that, thanks, my dude. Enjoyed, annoyed by Gordon. Yeah, I know, I get it. Really annoying to have Gordon for the last few game weeks. But I think that he's going to start, honestly. That's my prediction for game week 23, and he's on penalties, so it's not an easy fixture against Aston Villa, but still, it's not worth a transfer, I think. Knaton, start 2 from Van de Ven, O'Reilly, Mukiele, and Chalobah. I will start Van de Ven and Mukiele probably. Now, if I knew for sure O'Reilly is going to start, and if you can get that leak, I would start Van de Ven and O'Reilly. But if not, I would start Van de Ven and Mukiele probably. Start Hall or Virgil. Nicole. I think that I will start Hall, slightly more attacking. Yeah, I will start Hall. Probably, but it's really close. If Van Dijk was better for defensive contributions, maybe I would start Van Dijk. Could Liverpool keep a clean sheet against Bournemouth away? Of course they can. Could Newcastle keep a clean sheet? Maybe. But I would start probably Hall for the upside. But it's, yeah, I'm not even sure if Liverpool or Newcastle, if any of these teams are going to keep a clean sheet this gaming, but yeah. Hi Jankster, thanks a lot for joining. Really good to see you. Swap Chow for Gay for -4. No. Sorry, Marcus. I'm just thinking about the question. So swap Chow for Guehi for -4. No. I think that if you have Gay, he's a good pick to have, but I would not be rushing to buy any Man City defender, honestly, for the future. At the moment, yes. I don't think that I would rush to buy Gay for -4. Definitely not. No, I would just play Chow. I don't think that's worth taking that -4 to just play Gay, and maybe Man City are not even going to keep a clean sheet. So, yeah, I would just play Chow, not take the hit. Also have Watkins. If you have Watkins, keep him for now. Now, what we know so far is that Tammy Abraham is likely to join Aston Villa, so that's going to affect a little bit the minutes of Watkins, but not straight away. I would just keep Watkins for now, for sure. Marcus Anderson is a confirm 4-pointer over a Foden 1-pointer. Yeah, I mean, again, if Foden is starting, Ahil Sayed, he could score a hat-trick, he could blank. Of course, these things could happen. A lot of people, I don't know, forgot what Foden did before he blanked 6 games in a row. So Foden is fully capable of scoring goals, getting assists. If he's starting, I much rather prefer to have Foden than Elliot Anderson. Honestly, it's much more exciting to play Foden. So we have here a predicted lineup for Liverpool. Again, it's not guaranteed, it's not 100% sure, but Alisson, Frimpong, Gomez, Van Dijk, Kerkez, Gravenberg, McAllister, Soboslai, Wirtz, Ekitike, Salah. Okay, so Gakpo not starting? That's okay for me. That's okay for me. So let's see if we... Hi Dennis, hi Koik, thanks a lot for joining. I'm ready for another red arrow. Yeah, same. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Would you captain Ekitike or Enzo? I think that Ekitike is more exciting, honestly. Now, yeah, it could be frustrating to captain Ekitike because he's getting a lot of chances, but he's also missing a lot of chances. So Um, I don't know, I'm a Liverpool fan, maybe I'm a little bit biased. I much rather captain Ekitike, a number 9, than Enzo Fernandez, honestly. And if Palmer is going to be back in the team, maybe Enzo Fernandez is also going to play much more deeper role, maybe. So maybe he's not going to play as a number 10. But yeah. So yeah, no leaks yet. We're going to move to my team a little bit. Is Foden benched? We don't know. We don't know yet. I'm going to wait to see if we get any leaks, Koik, but at the moment nobody can tell you if Foden is going to be on the bench or not. Only Pep Guardiola knows that, basically. Personally, I think that Foden is going to start, but that's just my opinion. Doesn't mean anything. What about Cash to Gay? I mean, I like Gay for this week, but let me just look. The fixtures for City long term: Spurs away 24, Liverpool away 25. I'm not sure if I want to have a City defender, honestly. Away to Spurs and away to Liverpool, back to back away games. Then it's Fulham, Newcastle, Leeds, Forest, West Ham. Then the fixtures are getting a little bit better, but I don't fully trust the Man City defense. Probably that's the thing. So yeah, I don't know. Gay for this week, I think that is going to start, but I don't know. I don't think that's a rush to buy Gay. Cash, probably Gay in the long run is going to be a better pick than Cash, I would say. But the fixtures for Aston Villa also are getting better. So yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think that I would do Cash to Gay, honestly. I don't think that's a transfer worth doing just because of one good fixture for Man City in 23. Marcus, sorry, I missed the question. Would you -4 any defender in for Chow this week? Have 1 million in the bank? No, I wouldn't take a -4 to sell Chow, honestly, because I think that it's fine to play Chow against Aston Villa at home. Newcastle are a really good team at home. They are a good defense. Again, could they concede against Aston Villa? Of course, it's not an easy fixture, but I don't think that I would take a -4. So Chow to Chaloba, no, I wouldn't do that for free. Chow to Gay, maybe if you have 5 free transfers, maybe I would do Chow to Gay, I guess. Other than that, Chow to Gabriel, -4, maybe I would do that again because Gabriel is that good. But other than that, yeah, Alderete, Mukiele, Reinildo. No, there are going to be a lot of swings. I would buy Chaloba probably in Gaming 24 and avoid to take that -4, Marcus. Thomas Otto, hi, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really good to see you here again. Dennis tempted to start Dorgu, but then I have to bench Anderson. Fulham. I mean, if you want to do that, that's perfectly fine. I just think that this is the toughest game Dorgu is going to have all season against Arsenal away. Arsenal are the best defense in the world, probably. Can United keep a clean sheet? I can see this game, honestly, ending 0-0, Arsenal Manchester United, but I don't see a lot of goals, let's say, involvements for Dorgu. So yeah, I'm not sure. Probably I would just start Anderson. I would be boring and start Anderson against Brighton, then start Dorgu. As you can see, currently at the moment I'm starting Lacroix over Dorgu. So you see from my team how much faith I have in Dorgu against Arsenal away. But if you wanna start Dorgu, I don't have a problem with that. I think that he's a huge differential. It could be massive. Maybe he's just scoring against tougher opposition, as someone said on the stream. So if I have 4 players from Man City, hi Sidap Suba, thanks a lot for joining the stream. And I want to take out O'Reilly next week because I have exhausted my transfer. if you have 4 players for Manchester City, the next transfer you make is going to be selling a Man City player for sure. You can do other transfers if you have 4 players from a team. So yeah, I would sell definitely O'Reilly next week instead of selling Gay for sure. For sure, I would do that. I will bench O'Reilly because I have 4 Man City players. I mean, if you have 4 Man City players, you can play all of them. It's not a problem. But the only problem with O'Reilly is we don't know if he's going to start. So if we get the league O'Reilly starting, I would be tempted to just start all your 4 Man City players, honestly, because it's a good fixture against Wolverhampton at home. And it's fun. It's fun also. It's not every day you will have 4 Man City players to play. Easy win for Man United, easy. I mean, as a Liverpool fan, I wouldn't. I mean, I would take a draw. As a Liverpool fan, I would take a draw. I don't want Man United winning. I don't want Arsenal winning. So, Cunha Bruno. Yeah, yeah, probably. I will bench. Okay, Patrick, Benjamin, thanks a lot for joining. Would you roll with Foden and Gordon this week and do them to Fernandes and Belmo next week? Yeah, for sure. Or rather do Gordon to Enzo this week and Foden to Fernandes next week. I would keep Gordon more than keeping Foden, I think, this week, because I just think that Gordon is going to start. He's on penalties. He's playing at home, decent fixture. Yeah, I would just like to keep Gordon for this week and sell him next game with Patrick. With Foden is different because if we get a leak, Foden is benched. You could just sell Foden to Enzo and I don't know, Gordon to Bruno Fernandes next game week, or Mbeumo if you have the money. So I would just roll probably with Patrick. This is my plan also, to roll with Foden, but probably I'm just going to roll anyway because I could, let's say we get a leak, Foden is on the bench. I could just sell Foden to Bruno, but probably I would just play Szoboszlai instead. Maybe that's the wrong move, right? I don't know actually. Maybe I would just do Foden to Bruno if Foden is on the bench. I'm not sure what I would do. But also, just selling Foden to Bruno to play him against Arsenal away, to bench Szoboszlai, something doesn't feel right in my head also, as a Liverpool fan. Captain Semenyo, good shout. I mean, good shout. Patrick, Staines, Letten. If you don't want to captain Haaland, yeah, going for Man City midfielder who I'm pretty sure he's going to start against Wolverhampton at home. Yeah, it's okay. It's a nice shout. If you want to captain Semenyo. If you are not going to captain Haaland, would you captain Thiago or Ekitike? I'm not sure. My heart says I would captain Ekitike. The logical, my mind says I would captain Thiago. But I would like to captain Ekitike, yeah, if Haaland wouldn't be my captain. I think, but yeah, that's just a vibe. That's just my gut feeling, I don't know. You think Bruno Guimaraes will start? Personally, I think that he's not going to start because he's a doubt, but there is a slightly chance of Bruno Guimaraes starting. But okay, so we got a leak saying that Haaland is starting, but again, it's not a trusted source or anything like that. Probably a lot of leaks are going to appear on my timeline. Yeah, no trusted leaks yet. Hi Kirari, thanks a lot for joining. Do you think bench boosting Dubravka, Anderson, Wirtz and Ryan this is a good idea? If I knew 100% sure that Ryan this is going to start, then I think that is a good idea. I think that that's a decent bench boost. Now, if you have other plans, if you want to use your bench boost in a double gaming and you don't want to change that strategy, it's okay to not use the bench boost, but I think that's okay. I mean, Wirtz probably, I'm not sure if that's your actual bench boost. What I would advise you to do, make your starting 11 and put the weakest players on the bench boost to just see how the actual bench boost would be, because I find it hard to believe that Wirtz doesn't have a place in your starting 11, you know, Kirili. So probably on that bench instead of Wirtz is going to be another midfielder, I would say, but still that's a decent bench boost, I would say. Foden to Semenyo, I mean, yeah, sure. But if Foden is starting, I would just keep Foden for this week for what's worth. The fixtures for Man City are not great short term, but Semenyo is looking like he's going to be getting decent minutes for Man City. But guys, just don't forget, Semenyo is still a Man City midfielder. He's not going to play every gaming, or I mean, again, he can play all the games remaining this season, but he's more likely to not. So, yeah. Kedar Narful, thanks a lot for joining. Any thoughts? I have 2 free transfers with 1.2 minutes in the bank. Can I roll? Maybe get Chalobah and Bruno. Dubravka, Gabriel Alderete, Chow, Cunha, Saka, Enzo, Foden, Rice. I would bench probably Cunha because I don't think that he's going to start. Haaland, Thiago, Verbruggen, O'Reilly, Heaven, Barnes. Can I roll? Yeah, of course you can roll, and probably I would just roll like I'm doing with my team and buy Chalobah and Bruno next gaming probably. 90 people on the live stream. Thanks a lot guys for joining, really appreciate the support. Don't forget to leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here, check the memberships if you want to support the channel even more, and yeah, thanks a lot and good luck to everyone this gaming. The only problem is Cunha. I'm not sure if Cunha is going to start, that's the only problem. Kedar not full. Other than that, your team looks perfectly fine to roll. So maybe if you get a leak, O'Reilly is starting, maybe play him instead of Cunha, maybe start Barnes instead of Cunha. But yeah, would you have Fernandes and Mbeumo for the next week, or Fernandes and Enzo with the good Chelsea fixtures? Have money for both. Personally, the thing is, I would like to have some Chelsea players for those fixtures because the fixtures are just too good. And since, I don't know, Palmer is a kind of a doubt, not a lot of people are confident about buying Palmer, and I'm not confident about buying Palmer next week. You don't have a lot of options from Chelsea. Are you going to go for João Pedro? Are you going to go for Delap? Are you going to go for Garnacho, Pedro Neto? Probably not. So the only one is Enzo, who's not 100% sure to start all the games, play 90 minutes every game. He's not 100% to do that, but probably he's the best attacker from Chelsea, let's say, to buy for the next 4. So I would go Fernandes and Enzo just because of that. I would like to have a piece of that Chelsea fixtures, but Mbeumo and Fernandes are also nice. But I would like to have Enzo, Patrick, so pretty much that's it. I have 12 startable players, don't know who to bench out of Igor, Sobo, Mukiele, Van de Ven, Gabriel O'Reilly, and Enzo. So you need to bench one. You definitely play Gabriel, you definitely play Thiago. I would play Van de Ven. I think that if you have 12 startable players, I would just bench O'Reilly just in case. Now, if you get a leak, O'Reilly starting, Arjun Sharma, then just start him ahead of Mukiele maybe. So it would be O'Reilly or Mukiele, I think, to bench from your team. O'Reilly, if you don't get a leak, if you get a leak O'Reilly starting, just bench Mukiele, and yeah, it is what it is. Bro, check my last week team. Have you sent me your team? Yeah, we're going to look at that. I saw you got a big green arrow. Congrats on that. Where is Manji? Hey Dennis, how are you? Hi Ibrahim, thanks a lot for joining. Yeah, I'm doing well. Waiting for some leaks on this Saturday. Sunday, sorry. Gay play today? I would say so, yeah. Yeah, Gay is going to play for sure. Ivar is going to start, I think. Playing 4-3. Kelleher, Gabriel, Chaloba, Gay, Tarkovsky, Wilson, Foden, Rice, Thiago, Ekitike, and Haaland. And my bench is Dubravka, Reinders, Wirtz, and Anderson. So yeah, I would have Florian Wirtz. I would have probably Florian Wirtz ahead of Foden or Rice or Wilson or anyone basically. I would have him starting ahead of all three of those probably. And then let's say your bench is going to be Rice. Okay, so we can have a clear image of the bench boost. Dubravka, Reinders, Rice, and Anderson. That's a decent bench boost if you wanna use it. But the only problem is Reinders. I'm not 100% sure about him starting. Hi Dennis, I joined your league. You're on the 7th place XTI. Good luck. I mean, not good job, man. Timber or Wilson, who should be benched? I will start Timber, I think. But it's close. Who do you get instead of O'Reilly? Gabriel, Reinildo, Alderete, Mukiele, if you wanna save up some cash. Chaloba, probably, but I would like to do that next game week. Senesi, but again, not a great fixture this week. Yeah, a lot of defenders you want to buy for the future that don't have great fixtures this week. That's the only problem, Ibrahim. So, yeah, Chaloba. If you want to buy 1 week earlier, probably I would go for Chaloba, but it's not an amazing fixture this week. Hi, Oscar Plogner. Hi, Dennis. Thanks a lot for joining. Start 4 out of this. Gay, for sure, I will start him. Wilson, Enzo, Florian Wirtz, O'Reilly, Anderson. So, Gay, Florian Wirtz, you need to start them for sure if you have them into your team. And 2, I will start Wilson. I'm not sure if you can start all the midfielders, but I will start Wilson and Enzo Fernandez probably. Gay, Wilson, Enzo, and Florian Wirtz. I will start them. Bench O'Reilly and Anderson probably. Alright, man, much appreciated for the help. Love the stream. Thanks a lot, Kiroli. I'm not sure if you're the first time on this stream, but thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate the support. Hopefully, my advice is going to help you a little bit. And yeah, thanks a lot for joining. See you next time if you're leaving. Problem with Timber. What problem with Timber? I have Raul, Tavernier, Gordon, Soboslai, Foden, and 2 free transfers. What would you do, Dennis? Tavernier probably is a sell. Gordon I would just start probably. I don't know, if Tavernier can be on your bench and that's not going to affect your starting 11, I would just roll and have 3 free transfer next game week and then maybe sell Foden, maybe sell Gordon, maybe Tavernier or Soboslai. So yeah, if not, if you want to buy a midfielder this week, there aren't a lot of amazing options, because I would say sell probably Tavernier to Enzo, but the fixture this game week is not amazing. Rogers maybe, but the fixture is not amazing this week. So from game week 24, you're really going to have better options, I would say. The problem is I have Dorgu and O'Reilly. Okay, so I think that Timber is a better pick than Dorgu and O'Reilly personally, but that's just my opinion, Ibrahim. Who would you get instead of O'Reilly? Okay. I mean, yeah, so what's the problem with having Dorgu and O'Reilly? Dorgu probably is going to start, so he's a good bench option. I think Arsenal keep a clean sheet, have a feeling United will score a goal, and Timber doesn't really give DEFCON points playing wing backs. So Wilson or Timber, who should be benched? Wilson? Oh, Timber or Wilson, who should be benched? I mean, of course, will Arsenal keep a clean sheet? Nobody can guarantee you that. They are the best defense in the Premier League. They are the team most likely to keep a clean sheet, I would say, this week. But Timber also has a little bit of attacking threat. That's true. He's not amazing for defensive contributions. That's also true. So, yeah, if you want to go for the upside, just play Harry Wilson. He has a decent fixture. So, yeah, I don't mind it. I have Timber too. Yeah, if you have also Gabriel and you don't want to double up on Arsenal, it's okay to play Harry Wilson, I think. Let's see also what is Manji. Send me his team. I was 230k, but after this week now I am 67. Congrats, man. What a huge green arrow. I can't even calculate how many points you've got there, but it's just outrageous. So you captain Enzo Fernandez. Congrats on that decision, that it worked out. Ciao, Romero, Saliba, Chaloba. That's such a satisfying backline, I would say. And Florian Wirtz, Cunha. Yeah, it's nice. It's a lot of points here. 40, 50, 60, 70 something, right? You have 70 something points here from what I can see. Congrats. Amazing gaming for you. What is Manji? That's great. So no leaks yet. It's just crazy. Just look at this. Over 300 people, 1,000 sales for Mark Gay after he's going to play against Wolverhampton at home. That's just crazy. I'm not sure what I'm not sure what these people are thinking. Pep Guardiola also confirmed that he's ready to make his debut. Yeah, who knows? Maybe they know something we don't. So on my league, XTI. So you're Edogama. Okay, so nice. 47k rank XTI 2020. Congrats on that. I wish I had your rank. Amazing gaming for you also. 51 points, -1 for Riley. Not great, but yeah. Oh, you're a Man United fan. I don't like that. Joking, man. My defense is Timber, Dorgu, O'Reilly, Goodmanson, Alderete. It's bad. It's not bad. I mean, Timber is okay. I would play Timber, Alderete probably, and maybe Dorgu. I mean, Dorgu is going to start, so 72. Yeah, congrats, Waris Manji. Chaloba or Timber, who should start? I would start Timber instead of Chaloba. I think that United are more likely to keep a I think that Arsenal are more likely to keep a clean sheet than Chelsea. Personally, that's my only opinion. Hi Dennis, should I start Verbruggen or Dubravka? That's a tough question, Xavier. A lot of people I saw with Dubravka and Verbruggen. I think that, I don't know, slightly better chance of keeping a clean sheet is for Verbruggen. Let's just check if my mouse would work. Let's just check some predictions here. So I would say Verbruggen is more likely to keep a clean sheet, but let's see the predictions here. from Rob T FPL. So Burnley to keep a clean sheet 23% chance and Fulham 24. No, oh sorry, Brighton 23. Okay, so it's the same odd here. I guess again, personally, I still think that Brighton are more likely to keep a clean sheet than Burnley. But if you wanna start Dubravka, probably he's going to get more saves than Verbruggen, that's for sure. So let's say Dubravka, I guess. Gay, Timber, Tarkovsky, Wilson, Chalobah, bench 1. Bench 1. Gay, Tarkovsky, I would start them for sure. Wilson, yeah, I would bench Chalobah. I would bench Chalobah there, Zuhar. There's no way you can make me change my mind. That's what I would do. Again, it doesn't mean that I'm right or wrong, but I think that, yeah, Chalobah is not great this week. Now, he could score a goal, and yeah, then I would just look stupid, but yeah, if I bench Tavernier on roll, I have to four at the back, Gabriel Tarkovsky, Anderson and Rodon. How do you rate this back four? The only problem, Jankster, with Rodon, I think that he's a slightly doubt. So if you... Who's your 5 defender? Because maybe you'll need it. I'm not sure. Again, Rodon could just start, but I've... Oh no, sorry. Gudmundsson and Stach were doubts for Leeds. Yeah, I think that Rodon is fine. Against Everton away. Yeah, probably I'll just bench Chow or Saliba for this week. If you want to buy Arsenal defenders, again, I would just buy Gabriel and Timber. Probably those two are the best ones. If you don't, I think that Saliba is slightly a better pick than Chow, if that's not going to impact your other plans in the future. Chow I don't like long term. I think the fixtures are not amazing for Newcastle. Hi Adam Packets, thanks a lot for joining. What do you think about Bruno G to Shade and Foden to Semenyo? Thank you, good luck. Again, it's so tough to predict or to advise you to do Foden to Semenyo, because if Foden is starting in 23, I don't see a reason to sell Foden to Semenyo, honestly. Bruno Guimaraes to Shade, I wouldn't do that just because the fixtures for Brentford are horrible after this week. Aston Villa away, Newcastle away and Arsenal. So I think that you just wait a little bit more if you want to buy some Brentford attackers, but that's just my opinion. Is Cherky a sell? Probably. Again, if he starts this week, he's okay. But long term, I think that Cherky is definitely a sell. I was looking at these projected goal stats and it makes me want to captain an Arsenal player. I mean, I guess. I said it before, if you don't want to captain Haaland for some reason, probably Bukayo Saka is the best captaincy option, the second one. But I understand that not a lot of people are going to want to captain Bukayo Saka. Now that Salah's back, you reckon any Liverpool players worth looking at? I mean, not because of that. Mohamed Salah doesn't make the other Liverpool players better. I mean, sure, Liverpool are going to be better with Mohamed Salah in the team probably, but they, I don't know, if you were talking about someone like Frimpong, who would be likely playing sometimes as a right winger, that's not going to happen anymore. So the only Ekitike, Florian Wirtz, maybe Kerkez if Robertson is going to be out, is going to be moving to Tottenham. Other than that, yeah, the fixtures in the next 3 are not amazing for Liverpool, so I think that you just wait a little bit more if you want to buy some Liverpool players. But Florian Wirtz is an interesting one, and he was before Mohamed Salah coming back, so yeah. I'm considering taking a -4 next week to go Kune and Foden to Bruno and Rodgers. I had 0.33 on this move, so I would need to make the move early. What do you think? Kune and Foden to Bruno and Rodgers. I like those moves. I don't really like that you need to go early. That's the only problem. Maybe if you can wait, I don't know, until you're going to wait obviously until the fixtures today are going to end, and maybe if you can wait also until tomorrow. But I like the moves. Good morning, Dennis. Hi, Tanuj Aurora. Thanks a lot for joining. 3 transfers, 0.6 in the bank. Nunez to Gabriel and Bruno Guimaraes to Rice. Yeah, really like those moves. Have to do Raya to Verbruggen to compensate. What do you think? Or I could sell Foden or Cunha instead of Bruno Guimaraes. I mean, I don't think that Cunha is also going to start, so probably he's a sell. Foden, if he's starting, I would keep. Again, I'm going to wait to see the leaks. If we don't get any leaks, I would just keep Foden and hope for the best. But yeah, Nunez to Gabriel, Bruno G to Rice, or Cunha to Rice, however you want to go, and Raya to Verbruggen. I like the moves. Now, it's not a necessity to sell Raya, I would say, but if you want to do that, that's okay. Long term, I think that Raya is not definitely worth a spot from Arsenal, but yeah, you need the money, I guess, from Raya to Verbruggen. And Foden probably I would sell next week, and also try to find a way to buy Bruno Fernandes if you don't have him. Dexter, Hi Dennis, need help really bad last 3 game weeks. Yeah. Last game week was pretty bad for me too. Do we know if Gehi is starting? Pep Guardiola pretty much said that Gehi is ready to make his debut. So I think that the chances are through the roof that Gehi is going to start. So just play him if you have Gehi. Don't sell him. Man United gonna crash those Gunners. Bench Gabriel. Yeah, probably. To be honest, it's Chalobah versus Timber. Both are not going to keep a clean sheet. Yeah, you could say it that way also. Chalobah will give me 4 points for sure with Gafcon, and Timber is attacking. Haven't seen him perform. Yeah, I mean, it's not a huge difference between Chalobah and Timber. I think that Timber is more likely to keep a clean sheet. That's the only thing. Now, if you look at clean sheet odds, Arsenal 37% and Chelsea 29%. So it is a huge difference even here. That Arsenal are more likely to keep a clean sheet against Man United than Chelsea. So yeah, if you don't think that Arsenal keep a clean sheet, just bench Chalobah, just play Chalobah, but there's not a guarantee that Chalobah is going to hit defensive contributions. It's not 100% sure that also. Will Minte start? Probably, but he's not going to play 90 minutes, but probably Minte is going to start. And he's probably a sell at some point also. These are probably the leaks we're going to get today. Do we know if Gehi is starting? Yeah, Gehi is going to start. Bruno is a must-have, no starting next week. I mean, I wouldn't say a must-have, but he's going to be a really, really good player to have. Yeah, Kirari, sorry. Mukiele, Virgil, Anderson, which one will you bench? Hi Wesley, fun run, thanks a lot for joining again the stream. Who to bench? It's tough. It's tough to bench Van Dijk, but probably the logical thing to do would be to play Mukiele and Anderson because they are better for defensive contributions than Van Dijk. That's the only... I think that's safer, but if you think that Liverpool will keep a clean sheet, you could play Van Dijk, but definitely I would play Mukiele, I think. Hey Dennis, how many points did you get in gaming 22? Yeah, so you didn't saw my team selection. Now I caught you here on the stream. 34, an amazing score. 24 points. Horrible gaming for me. Just look at this. Look at my bench. Look at my bench for gaming 22. Anderson, Dorgu, 15 pointers. Yeah, it was horrible. For me, 5 defender is Senesi. That's okay. It's okay. Senesi is going to get defensive contributions at least against Liverpool. Start Chow or Saliba. I would start. That's really tough. I would start Saliba, I think, but it's not such a big difference. I think Chelsea is on a 5-week 2 difficulty run with the state that Palace are on right now. Fair enough, yeah. Palace are a mess at the moment. I was thinking of buying Chelsea players. Bench 1. Hi, bench 1, Rogers, Bowen, Cherky. I would bench Cherky probably because I don't know if he's going to start. To because honestly, fourth in transfer suggestions, need help really bad. Last 3 weeks, less than 38 points. As I said before, this is not the best week to make transfers, but if you have 4 free transfers, probably you need to do some. Verbruggen, Dubravka, Gabriel, Chow, Konate, Haven, Saka, Rogers, Foden, Soboslai, Miley, Haaland. So if you can do, I don't know, Soboslai to Enzo Fernandez, I mean, you can do that. Or I think that you can, right? Sobo to Enzo, Chow to Chaloba. I would try to buy some Chelsea players, definitely. Maybe Rice instead of Soboslai. But try to save some free transfers, Dexter, because this is not a good week to make a lot of transfers, I think. Do you reckon Mateus Nunes starts though? I could play him now and sell him next week to just do one transfer this week. I don't think that he's going to start because he's ill, but again, it's Pep Guardiola, so my prediction would be that he's not going to start, but I can't guarantee it. Tanuj, bench 1, Rogers, Cherky, Bowen, probably Cherky. Would you play Calafiori over Anderson? If I knew for sure that Calafiori is fit to play, then yeah, I would play probably Calafiori. Thomas Nielsen. Who should I start out of Saliba, Gay, Van Dijk, Dorgu, and Alderete? Who should you start? Gay for sure. Gay. Gay, Saliba, and yeah, if you need just 3 between Van Dijk and Alderete, probably Alderete. But that could go really wrong. So my back 4, sorry for asking you so many times, had a couple of horrible gamings. Yeah, your back 4 is okay. If you need to play Rodon, it's not the end of the world. So you asked me early in the stream, Yukesh edits. Hopefully I get more than 58 points. Martinez, Garner, Palinia, Guyu, any tips for next game week? Yeah, for next game week, as I said to everyone, try to roll if you can, try to have some free transfers for next game week, because maybe you want to buy a Chaloba, maybe you want to buy Enzo Fernandez, maybe you want to buy Bruno Fernandes, maybe you want to buy Mbeumo. There are some players you want to buy, maybe even some Bournemouth players, Krupi, Senesi. Try to save some transfers. Let's see how this game week is going to end, and then we're going to assess what we're going to do next game week. But yeah, it's tough for me. I can't recommend you next game week just buy Bruno Fernandes. Maybe Bruno Fernandes is going to get injured today against Arsenal, so you know, I can't just say to you buy Bruno Fernandes next game week until I see this game week ending. Thank you, no problem, Dexter. Thanks a lot for joining, really appreciate it. 20 people on the live stream, really appreciate it, guys. Don't forget to leave a like also if you want to help this channel, if you enjoy the stream. Obviously, send you my team. Okay, we're going to take a look at that also. I have Rice, Rogers, Wilson, Enzo, and Wirtz. Do I need plan for Bruno Fernandes? I mean, yeah, definitely Bruno Fernandes I think is better than almost all those players, I would say. I'm not sure if you want to sell Wirtz. I'm not sure if you have a better way to buy Bruno Fernandes than selling Wirtz, because if you can sell Wilson to Bruno Fernandes, then that's perfect, but probably you can't do that. So Rice, Rogers, Enzo, you need to keep these 3 players for the next few fixtures, I think. And between Wilson and Wirtz, yeah, you could sell Wirtz to Bruno, came back to Wirtz at some point in the future, or just find the money to upgrade Wilson to Bruno Fernandes. But yeah, your team looks okay. Harlosville is not a rush to buy Bruno Fernandes. Let's say it's not a must own, but he's a good pick, I would say. Bruno G, keep or sell. If you need an excuse to sell Bruno Guimaraes, probably this is the one. He's a doubt for this gaming, so yeah, I don't rate Bruno Guimaraes anyway as an FPL pick, honestly, that much. So I would say he's a sell. But if you're not forced to sell him this week, you can always sell him next week and reassess. Read one. Hi, Hoktua. Hey mate, should I play Dubravka or Verbruggen? Probably Dubravka, but it's not a big difference. Hello bro, hi Jamie, Stravik, thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate. So let's see who sent me any thoughts on this team. Transfer used for Cunha to Bruno. Nice transfer. Yeah, I like this team. Yeah, I would play Romero, Chalobah. Actually, again, I think that I would start Saliba maybe instead of Chalobah, but maybe that's just me. Maybe it's stupid. But yeah, I would like to have. I mean, if you don't want to double up on Arsenal defense, it's perfectly fine. If you think that Chelsea are going to keep a clean sheet, if you think that Palace are that bad, then yeah. So yeah, no leaks yet. We have still 35 minutes till the deadline. Let's see a predicted team. Now again, it's not guaranteed, especially this week, this starting lineup. But yeah, it would be nice for me for Foden to start. Not going to lie. Hi Dennis, does Cunha start? Need to keep him for one more week. Personally, Steve LFC, from what I saw, I think that most likely Carrick is going to play the same lineup he played against Man City. I think that Cunha is going to be on the bench, but yeah, I could be wrong. So yeah, but I think that he's going to be on the bench. Benji, Kirk, bench 2, O'Reilly, Bruno Guimaraes, Van Dijk, Anderson and Mukiele. I would play Mukiele for sure. And again, I don't know if O'Reilly is going to start. That's the only problem. If you can wait and let's see if we get the leak about O'Reilly starting, and definitely I would play O'Reilly, Mukiele and Anderson and bench Bruno G and Van Dijk. If not, I would just bench O'Reilly and Bruno Guimaraes and play Van Dijk, Anderson and Mukiele. What is your Twitter? Can I send the team? Yeah, for sure. This is my Twitter, Denis _ or underline FPL. My initial account was hacked, so I made another one. But yeah, this is it. You have the links to my socials in the description of this stream, so you can check there. Which two would you start bench? I would definitely start Bowen because he could be on penalties. Paqueta is not going to start, he's not going to play. Bowen and Mukiele, probably I would play them and bench O'Reilly, Anderson. But if O'Reilly is starting, I would play Bowen and O'Reilly. Jante, if that makes sense. How would you structure my bench? I have Anderson, Cunha and Xhaka. So what would be the order? I think that Cunha is going to be on the bench, sadly. So probably Anderson, Xhaka, Cunha would be the order. Tanuj Aurora, hopefully you don't need the bench. I'm looking to see if we get something. Thanks, man. That's also what I had in mind. Have a good gaming. Thanks a lot, Tanuj Aurora. Good luck, everyone. We still have half an hour till the deadline, so let's see if we get something. Would you do Cherky to Semenyo? I mean, for this gaming in particular, yeah, but you need to think also long term, Ibrahim. So if you don't have Enzo, I would rather just have Enzo Fernandez for the next 5 than have Semenyo personally. But that's just my opinion. So should I DM you or tag you with the team? Any way you want, you can DM me, you can post the screenshot in my latest post or something like that. Anyway, really, just let me know when you send me your team so we can have a look, but I'm going to get a notification probably. Start Rogers or Wilson. I would be tempted to start Wilson, honestly. I think that he's going to be a little bit better for this week, but yeah, Rogers is also fine. I have Enzo. Okay. Yeah, Enzo, Rice, Bruno Fernandes, these players are, I want to have them more than Semenyo, I would say. But if you have all these players, then yeah, you could go for Semenyo this week. Definitely, I think that he's great. But after that, he's still going to be a Man City player, so probably he's not going to start all the games and play all the minutes. So for Man United, somebody asked, this is the predicted lineup. This is what I would say is most likely going to look like. But yeah, it's just a prediction, obviously. Steve LFC, I still have 4 City players, so if I'm moving Cunha this week, I also need to move Foden. Yeah, you can make any other transfer, you need to sell a Man City player first. Foden and Cunha to Bruno and Enzo to free transfers. I mean, I like that. Again, if Foden is starting, I like him this week, but if not, then yeah, I like your moves. Getting Bruno and Enzo for the future, I think that's okay. I'll roll, I think. Yeah, it's a good week to roll, I think. I don't think that there are a lot of amazing options to buy this week, personally. No problem, Jamie. Just saw the notification. Already did Enzo move. Debating Stach Tunjae to bench Rodon, but that leaves me 0.1 of Foden to Bruno for next week. Foden is, if he's not going to do something today, Foden is most likely to drop in price, so you need to consider that also. Rodon to Chalobah is possible, but also blocks Foden to Bruno without hit next week. So again, if you want Bruno Fernandes that much, just I don't know, roll and have the money to go from Foden to Bruno next week safely. Stach Tunjae to bench Rodon. I think that I would just play Rodon, honestly. Yeah, I think that I would just play Rodon. And let's just wait for the leaks, because if both Foden and Haaland are not going to start, then you're going to have a little bit of a problem, but probably that's not going to happen anyway. So yeah, your team is fine. Your team is fine for this week. Rodrigo Candido with Trust and Foden starting. At the moment, yes, but I'm still waiting for leaks. If Foden is going to be on the bench, maybe I'm just going to buy Bruno Fernandes or just play Soboslai. But yeah, my thought is that Foden is going to start because he started all the games since Game Week 4, so I would be crazy to think that Foden is going to be on the bench, but yeah, the real truth is that we don't know. But if I keep Foden, I need to keep Cunha and O'Reilly and Rodon on the bench. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. If you can bench Cunha, that's okay, and play Rodon instead of Cunha, that's not the end of the world. Still LFC, I think. So yeah, let's see. If O'Reilly starting, that's amazing. That's amazing, and he could start. Currently starting O'Reilly, Gabriel, and Timber. Simon Lee, thanks a lot for joining. Also hi. Benching Dorgu and Keane, 2 free transfers, 0.7 in a bank. What should I use the transfer? Already done Foden to Bruno. I would just roll probably. I would just roll, have 3 free transfer next game, then fix, then sell O'Reilly probably and Keane if you want. But yeah, O'Reilly, Gabriel, Timber is okay. If O'Reilly is not going to play, you have Dorgu at least, who's likely to start. So yeah, I would roll probably. Or if you can do O'Reilly to... No, you have Gabriel already. Or if you want to do O'Reilly to Chalobah, that's also fine, I guess. When do you think Calafiori will be back? As I'm thinking to do Saliba to Calafiori next game week. I think that no problem, Jamie Stravik. Thanks a lot for sending me your team. Really appreciate the support. With Arsenal, let me just check a little bit what Arteta said, but I think that he's back in training, Calafiori, if I'm not mistaken. So Hincapi and Calafiori could also be back too. They were spotted in training on Friday. Arteta said we'll see when they ask if they could feature against Man United. So if Calafiori is fit, probably he's going to start against Man United. But I don't think that Waris, you need to go to force that move Saliba to Calafiori. Sure, Calafiori is slightly better probably than Saliba, but still I'm not sure if I would do that move right now. Is Haaland rotation risk this week? Probably, maybe. Again, I find it difficult to believe that Haaland is not going to be on the bench, but who knows? We're going to wait. We still have 24 minutes. Let's see, maybe we get a leak about Haaland, about Foden. Great stream, mate. Huge dilemma. Thanks a lot for joining. SA. Bench 1 of Rice, Florian Wirtz, Wilson, Foden, Bruno Fernandes, Haaland, João Pedro, Thiago. Please help, I have double Arsenal defense. I would bench probably João Pedro from what I'm seeing here. Rice, Florian Wirtz, Wilson, Foden, Bruno Fernandes, Haaland. Yeah, I would bench João Pedro probably. Yeah, I agree. The guy started a midweek game against a Norway team with broken bones. He's nailed even when he plays bad. I mean, yeah, probably. Probably. High shop hit. Wilson, O'Reilly, Chow, DCL starts to at least one defender. So at least one defender, O'Reilly or Chow. If O'Reilly starting, definitely him. If not, Chow is fine. DCL and Wilson. I would start Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I think, because of the penalties. Chat, help me for making defensive changes. Hi Kueller, thanks for joining. Gabriel, Chow, Rodon, Konate, Keane, 0.7 minutes in the bank. So defensive changes, Gabriel, Chow, Rodon, Konate, I'm not sure if he's fit to play, that's the problem. Again, Timber, Chalobah, Reynildo, if you want to save up some cash. Kueller, this is not the best week to buy defenders. I'm just going to say it to you now. Hi Vukek, thanks a lot for joining. Really good to see you here. Who should I sell Foden for after deadline? Bruno Fernandes, Enzo Fernandez, Rice, Palmer, all decent options. There's also moves like Rodon to Mukiele or Stach to Wilson that allow Foden to Bruno next week. Do you think they're worth it or just start Rodon? I think that they're not worth it this week, honestly. I mean, sure, Mukiele is better, I think, that Rodon, but could West Ham score against Sunderland? Of course. So I'm not sure if I would do that. Also, if you want to save up some cash, Reinildo, 3.8 million from Sunderland, he should play pretty much all the games. I think that he's a decent one. I think Pep just goes to strongest team. They can't afford to lose more points. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Thanks Vukek also for the follow. Thanks mate, no problem. I say thanks all for joining. Foden leak, not yet. Not yet. If we get leak and got to know O'Reilly, Foden and Haaland all bench, we all gonna have a panic attack. Yeah. Yeah, as close that's going to be to the deadline, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Haaland, Foden starting, source, trusting my feelings. Thanks a lot, Dexter. Thanks a lot for that. Any tips on future transfers? Should I sell Foden after deadline because of price drop or wait 2 weeks and sell him with Gordon? 0 free transfers. I mean, even if Foden is going to drop, you already have Bruno Fernandes, so that's not a problem. For the future, now you're going to play Gabriel Tarkovsky, Mukiele probably, Palmer, Wilson, Foden, Bruno Fernandes, Gordon. Yeah, this is a pretty decent team, I would say. Also, you're going to play Anderson probably. For the future, maybe an Enzo Fernandez, maybe a Chalobah if you want, maybe an Mbeumo. These are the options at the moment. Declan Rice. Yeah. Vukek. Would you start Cash or Anderson? I have Gordon and Hall. So you're starting Gordon and Hall. Gordon and Hall and Cash or Anderson. Cash playing against Newcastle and Anderson playing against Brighton. I think that I will start Anderson anyway. I think Omar, sure. Hi Dennis, hi Harvard. Thanks a lot for joining. I have 3 defenders who have scored 3 goals each, so hoping one should score this week to bring me on a green. Ciao, Chalobah Romero. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Definitely they have some attacking threat from corners and set pieces. Would you play Anderson or Alderete this week? I would say Anderson. Sorry, Anderson, Nottingham Forest or Alderete. Probably Elliot Anderson, I would say. Suggest me some cheap forward options for replacing Guyu. Going for Chalobah. Cheap forward options. I mean, Krupi Juniors probably is my favorite one, my favorite cheap striker. But again, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Krupi, Mane from Wolverhampton. These are the cheap options. Assuming you have Thiago, let's say. Thiago is obviously a good pick, but with bad fixture. Yeah, Vukek, my old account got hacked and couldn't get it back. So yeah, cheap forwards, probably Krupi Juniors, my favorite one. Thanks man, did your account? Yeah, Yeah, Krupi Juniors, Mane, DCL, Thiago, start Harry Wilson or Calvert-Lewin. I would start probably Calvert-Lewin slightly, but both are decent for this week. Sunday, Harshi, Raul or Chaka for this game week. I would say Raul because he's on penalties most likely. Source, Donnarumma, Lewis, Kusanov, Gay, Enury, O'Reilly, Rodri, Cherky, Doku, Semenyo, Haaland. Source, Stat City. Don't know how reliable is this. That's not good for me, but Stat City. Oh, not this. Not Stat City woman, but I mean, yeah, he has some followers, but I'm not so sure how reliable is this source, honestly. I mean, Haaland at least is starting, so... Nunes also starting? Yeah, thanks for the leaks, but yeah, let's see if we get anything else. Arsenal still double in gaming 26. There's nothing else confirmed, but if they're going to go through the final, I don't know, of Carabao Cup, they are going to be free to play, to have a fixture, yes, in gaming 26, and that means it's going to be a double gaming. So probably the chances are, yes, Arsenal are going to double in 26. Hey Dennis, hi Ralph Sutton. Is it okay to play Dorgu this week? Is he a hold? For me, he's a hold. He's the last player on my bench. Again, if you don't have any better defenders to play ahead of Dorgu, then yeah, it's okay to play him. I think that he's likely to start against Arsenal, but again, the fixture is rubbish, is terrible. But yeah, if you don't have any other defenders to play, it's okay. Is Enzo best Bruno G replacement and Foden to Bruno for next game week? Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if he's the best, but for the next fixtures after Crystal Palace, Enzo, I really like him. That's why I have him in my team. Seaman. To be honest, Foden is a terrible form. He should be benched. I guess, but Pep Guardiola doesn't work like that, sadly. So, we don't know. This week probably vice captain may be crucial as Haaland is not 100%. Even if Haaland is not 100%, even if he's going to be on the bench, I find it really difficult to believe that he's going to get 0 minutes. So I'm not so sure how much is going to matter, who's going to be your vice captain, because I think that Haaland is going to get minutes anyway. A lot of things are going on. Hi, Nunes and Cherky to start. Nunes is ill now. I don't know if he's going to start. Cherky again. I don't know. I'm just waiting right now for leaks about Man City. I can't guarantee anyone who's going to start from Manchester City. Semenyo probably is going to start. Start Pedro Porro or O'Reilly. Start Pedro Porro. Start to Bruno Guimaraes, Ryan this Enzo. I would start Enzo and Brian this probably, since I'm not sure if Bruno Guimaraes is going to start, but yeah, I'm not sure if Ryan this or Bruno Guimaraes are going to start, but definitely I will start Enzo and Pedro Porro ahead of O'Reilly. Sorry, just got here. Any news? Chat Scott, thanks a lot for joining. Yeah, we're just waiting. I see a lot of things are happening right now. The market odds gone down for Manchester City, so maybe that's to have something with the Haaland benching, but this is just rumors at the moment. So yeah, I don't know. Luke is really good with Man City stuff, but he's not posting anything at the moment. I'm confused about Foden now. There's no guarantee on the minutes. Yeah, there isn't no guarantee. It's a really gaming this one, really weird gaming this one. I'm just going to refresh now, guys. Is Cunha to Njay a good move? I think that yes. Yeah, Njay is a nice option. It's just not 100% that he's going to start, but I would say that he's going to start. Ralph, are you considering Semenyo captain? I don't have Semenyo. I mean, if I had him, maybe. But as long as Haaland is starting, I'm not going to consider Semenyo. Hello Dennis, how are you? High flipication. Yeah, I'm a little bit stressed because this is my team. I have Foden, Haaland, and I want to know if Foden is starting or not. So I'm opening a lot of browsers and just refreshing Twitter. So sorry guys if I'm going to miss some questions, but I really want to know what's going on here. I'm putting Foden on the bench, ain't gonna take any risk on one pointer. Good luck, good luck. I'm still going to wait a little bit. Hey man, good to be back. Hi Dima, thanks a lot for joining. Got Anderson on the bench, any changes? Dubravka, Chow, O'Reilly, Gabriel. I'm not sure about O'Reilly, but yeah, if you want to risk it, that's perfectly fine. Mukiele, Bruno G, Saka, Foden, Xavi Simons, differential, yeah, big differential there. Haaland and Thiago. Yeah, it's okay. If O'Reilly somehow is not playing, I would play Anderson, but if not, that's how I would go. Maybe Chow versus Anderson is not such a big difference, so yeah. All we need is Salah Hall and everyone wildcards, I guess. Just imagine Salah scoring a hat-trick, everyone panicking, everyone wildcarding, Salah in without Erling Haaland, and then Haaland starts on another run where he scores a hat-trick every game. You just imagine that. I did Cunha to Bruno and Foden to Enzo. Good moves, flipication, really good moves. Especially from next game week onwards, I would say it's going to pay off. Hi Quantum, I have Ryan Vicario. Who should I play? I have triple Arsenal defense. I would play Vicario probably if you don't want to play triple Arsenal defense against Man United. Any leaks? Not yet, but you can see my screen. If there are going to be some leaks, are going to appear here. Haaland and Foden are not starting. Okay, that's interesting. Now what am I going to do now? Haaland and Foden are not starting, so I need to figure it out. Who am I going to captain now? Yeah, so the leaks are here. Haaland and Foden are not starting. What do you think of the guy saying Foden bench? This is a pretty reliable source. Now again, it's not 100% guaranteed, but Lazy FPL is pretty reliable. Okay, so let's put Haaland on the bench. Captain Ekitike, it's on the way. Market click down on Man City. Yeah, I'm going to captain Ekitike, but now I need to really think about it. I didn't thought that Haaland was going to be benched, so yeah, but probably Ekitike, yeah. We go again. Okay, that's interesting, but what I'm going to do. Honestly, I should have thought more about what I'm going to do if we get this news. Should I make some transfers? Lacroix to Chalobah maybe. Foden to Bruno. I think that I'm going to do Foden to Bruno because yeah, best Palmer replacement. I would just keep Palmer for now. He's not ruled out. Order of bench is vital now. I mean, now it's easy. I'm just going to bench Foden and Haaland. It's not yeah, I'm going to do Foden to Bruno and play Bruno instead of Lacroix. That's what I'm going to do. Didn't want to do that, honestly, but yeah, might need to do that now. Or should I go Foden to Rice? Hey matey. Bruno or Rice? Probably Bruno. Makes more sense for the long term. I could go for Saka though. I could go for Saka and Captain Saka. So who is in for Haaland position? Probably Marmoush, probably Marmoush. I could go Saka, but no, I want to go for Bruno Fernandes, so yeah, going to do that. Yeah, I should make my move. So this was always the plan, next game week anyway. Now, yeah, I'm going to get avoid the price drop for Foden. Confirm. Bruno is back in the team instead of Lacroix. Probably Haaland. Am I really benching Haaland? He's surely going to came in Erling Haaland. That's the only problem, but I just did the same move. No, I would not start Minte instead of Haaland or Saliba. Again, probably the smartest move would be for you guys to start Haaland, because probably he's going to came in, maybe he's going to score or not, but I want to go different. Since Haaland, we know that he's going to be on the bench, I'm going to take that risk and bench him. So, yeah. And Foden, Foden is not starting. Foden and Haaland are not starting. I'm not sure how much Bruno is going to go up in price, but yeah. Do I bench Haaland? I mean, why not go all in, since we know Haaland is on the bench? He's going to get, I don't know, maximum 45 minutes, I guess. Maybe he's going to come in the second half. Erling Haaland, could he score a hat-trick against Wolverhampton? Yes, of course. It could happen, but I think that I'm going to bench him now. He's going to be first on my bench, but Who to bench, Haaland or Foden? I would bench Foden. If you want to bench just one of them, bench Foden. Because Haaland probably is going to came in, his own penalties, all the good stuff. Play Haaland and Anderson. I would play Anderson now, as you can see from my team. So, but make sure you lock in your teams. Who to captain? Palmer, Thiago, or Bruno Fernandes? I would Thiago if you want to go safe, Palmer if you want to... Yeah, Haaland and Foden are not starting, not Nepo, so make sure you lock in your team, guys. I sold Foden to Bruno because of that. Not worth keeping him. Whew, 1 minute. Dang, do I start Dorgu or start Haaland? I think that I would start Haaland over Dorgu. I don't know. He's first on my bench. Honestly, I didn't have enough time to think this clearly. I'm captaining Ekitike, vice captaining Thiago, Haaland on the bench. Yeah, sold Foden to Bruno. We're going to have 2 free transfers next week. Deadline passed. So yeah, ignore the countdown. The deadline is over. We are locked in. This was my team. I don't know what's going to happen this week, but to be honest with you, it's really interesting. It's really exciting to know, to see what's going to happen. Because Erling Haaland being benched is just huge news. I didn't know that. I didn't thought that's what's going to be happening. And yeah, I like a little bit of chaos, honestly. I think this game is gonna be a low average one. Probably. I mean, Haaland probably is going to be the captain of a lot of teams still who didn't saw this league. And if he's going to score, yeah, I'm going to have a huge red arrow, but it is what it is. Good luck, everyone. Thanks a lot for joining. 15 viewers, 13 likes. We're still going to be here for 15 minutes or something like that. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciated. Sorry I didn't have the possibility to answer all the questions because of the leaks, but yeah. This is peak FPL. Yeah, this is exciting. This is exciting, honestly. And another game today. I can't wait to see Liverpool playing against Bournemouth, knowing that I have Ekitike captain. Didn't know that this was going to happen before Gaming 23. Honestly, I was so sure about captaining Erling Haaland, but now, yeah, I have something more to watch for Liverpool than just the team, obviously. Let me just a second to make a post with my team, and then exciting. What could go wrong, right? Good. Hey, Captain Rice. Good luck, Hellasvile. Good luck. I mean, what could go wrong, right? How true are those leaks? Am I done for? Lazy. I mean, you didn't have enough time to uh, sort out your moves. Lazy FPL. This is a pretty reliable source. I mean, it's as much as you can be reliable. So Foden and Haaland are benched, probably. Almost predicted this would happen, lol. Congrats, Simon Lee. So I need to cheer for Liverpool now. Yeah, you need. Pep should have told us earlier. Too hectic to enter, bro. Pep is not going to tell you anything about his team. Never. But did something happen to Haaland? He's just tired, I guess. Now, again, I didn't thought that he was going to be benched for real. But yeah, he's just in bad form, I guess. He needs a rest. Marmoush is back. I don't know. Definitely Haaland is going to came in. Haaland is going to came in from the bench. He could even score. So again, it's not... It's a risk I bench him. It's a big risk I bench Haaland. So we hope for... But honestly, I don't know. I don't even remember the last time I benched Erling Haaland. It feels... it feels powerful, you know? So we hope for another Haaland blank. Yeah, hopefully. Had done Foden to Bruno earlier this week. Yeah, I wish I done now this move earlier because I lost some price rises and drops, but it is what it is. I wanted to keep Foden. I was wrong. He's not starting, so yeah. Semenyo captain, good luck, Simon Lee. Good luck. I think a lot of people have both Haaland and Foden. Points this week should be interesting. Yeah, everybody has Haaland and Foden pretty much. Hi Bishkov, thanks for joining. I don't even know who I captained. Wirtz and Bowen, and I also don't know who is good for me. You'll see. I captained Haaland and played Foden. Lol, pray for me. Yeah, sorry about that, but Haaland could still came in and score a hat-trick, so yeah, it's not like it's impossible. Feels so wrong. Yeah. I know his bad form, exhaustion, Marmoush coming back, all came true. Yeah, I mean, Haaland was exhausted, but they played him against Exeter in the FA Cup, so I don't really buy this exhaustion of Erling Haaland. They could have just rested in that gaming. So now let's see on the timeline everybody who still started Haaland, although he's on the bench. Now, I don't know, I'm not that guy. If a player is leaked to be on the bench, or we know that he's going to be on the bench, I want to bench him, honestly. I mean, what's the point if you're not taking any risks? So, Harry bought Dewsbury Hall, okay. -4. -4. Captain Saka. Now everybody is going to be captaining Bukayo Saka after everybody talked about him, how bad of an option he is. Okay, so everybody is still playing Haaland. Good to know, I guess. I'm not panicking at all. Yeah, I feel bad for all the people who didn't saw these leaks. Honestly, just imagine. Um, Ben Kremlin also bench Haaland, so I feel a little bit better now. I did fall into Semenyo for -4 last minute. Captain Thiago playing Haaland. Good luck, Bichkov. Good luck, good luck. What do you think? Who is good as captain, Bowen or Wirtz? I mean, Bowen probably is on penalties with Paqueta out, so maybe Bowen, but I don't know. Both of them are decent. Both of them are decent. Olympian captain Semenyo. Nice, nice. Saka's hella overrated, not gonna lie. I mean, I think that is still okay as an FPL pick. I mean, as long as he gets the minutes, but the problem is he didn't get those minutes in the last few games. Did DCL to Thiago and captain him. Good luck, Chandri Balu, good luck. 15 people still. Don't forget to leave a like. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. This was an interesting stream, honestly. Didn't expect it to be that crazy. So the first game is West Ham Sunderland. So are we really waiting? Yeah, are we waiting to see the team sheets? I guess for that game. And then gonna need to prepare. Mm. Now we just need to hope that the leak is correct, because just imagine Foden and Haaland starting. That would kill. That would kill this gaming for me. West Ham reached verbal agreement to sign Adama Traore. Okay. I'm hoping the leaks are not true, both for and Haaland for me. Yeah, I guess you're hoping that. I mean, the leaks are not true. Yeah, I'm going to hide. I'm going to hide somewhere. Gay is probably not gonna start, right? I think that Gay is going to start, honestly, Cooler. Would Pep do those much changes on starting 11? I'm not sure. Again, we got the leaks from Lazy FPL, who was pretty much right a lot of times. He's pretty reliable. Now, again, it's not a guaranteed, but yeah. I took a -8 this week, third -8 this season. Sol Foden for Enzo after you mentioned the leak. Yeah, I mean, you have an amazing rank XTA with those hits, so it's working for you. Good team, Chandri Balu, good team. Thiago captain, nice. I think someone in my league said they were going to triple captain Haaland. I mean, I don't want to laugh right now because Haaland could just came in and score a brace. Easy as that in 30 minutes. Until the game is finished, I'm not going to be laughing because, yeah, it could be horrible still, even if Haaland is benched. I'm hoping the leaks are not true. Sol Foden to Bruno. Yeah, same. It was the obvious moves. Now, the obvious move if Foden is benched, because I want to have Bruno long term. So, yeah, just the real winners here are those who sold Foden to Bruno Fernandes some days ago and got all the price rises and drops. Bench Haaland for Dorgu, it would have worked last week. Let's see. Yes, because Pep has the resources to do that. Yes. To bench Haaland, Focal bench Haaland as well. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, saw that. A lot of people probably didn't have enough time to think about benching Haaland or not. Now, as soon as I saw Haaland being benched, I just thought, yeah, why not just go full differential and bench him as well in my team. Okay, so the teams are here for West Ham. Bowen, Somerville, Pablo. The new striker is also starting again. Diouf on the bench. Kante? Is this N'Golo Kante or what? And for Sunderland, Mukiele, Ballard, Rete, Reinildo, Lefe. Yeah, no. Yeah, he's pretty reliable. Let's see. Got Bruno G on my first sub. Do you think he will start? Because I got Haaland starting. I don't think that Bruno Guimaraes is going to start, but if you got Haaland starting, is not the end of the world. A lot of people started him even though they know Haaland is on the bench. We all are fully aware that Haaland can do damage even off the bench, from the bench. So I believe it when I see it. If they are true, it's season over for me. It's not season over, let's be honest. Both of them, let's just imagine Foden and Haaland are going to come in the second half and destroy Wolverhampton after they're going to be tired. Let's wait until the game is finished. Until the end, until it's over, it's not over. So, yeah, that's my theory for now. So yeah, no surprises in the first kickoff. Yeah. I'm really curious to see the effective ownership for everyone. Who did everyone captain? Haaland, Ekitik. I think that Saka is going to be captained by probably a lot of people. Although his ownership is not that huge, so I'm not sure about that either. Thiago probably is going to be captained by a lot of people. Yeah. Alright guys, so it was a pretty crazy stream. Thanks for all the suggestions, Dennis. Great stream. Thanks a lot. Yeah, it was more crazy than I anticipated. If I had benched Haaland, I would have played Bruno Guimaraes. Yeah. And if Haaland scores a hat-trick, FPL is just a game after all. Yeah, I mean, if Haaland scores a hat-trick, it's probably going to be season over for me, but yeah, it is what it is. I had to do I had to take the risk. Thank God I didn't bench boost. Yeah. I captain Saka. Good luck, Ibrahim. If I had Saka, probably I would have captained him also. Ekitike, is he 100% to start? No, I'm not even sure about that, but yeah, I hope for a good performance. I hope that we see the good Liverpool today. Really bad. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys. I think that we're going to end it here. I need also to prepare my stuff to move, to take a drive to my other home, and then watch the games. I'm going to watch Liverpool, so I'm not going to care about, oh no, Liverpool are after City. I'm not sure if I'm going to watch the City game yet. By then, it's good luck. Play Haaland and captain him, and played Foden, missed the last 5 minutes. Sorry about that, Ahil Sayed. Let's see. Maybe it's still going to work out for you, even if you captain Haaland. He's still going to get some minutes. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining me today. I think that we're going to end it here. Don't forget to leave a like on your way out, hit that subscribe button, check the memberships if you want to support the channel even more. And yeah, I'm going to see you next week. Probably I'm going to do a wildcard this week for Gaming24, since a lot of people probably are going to think about that. And yeah, let's see what content I'm going to do. Thanks a lot. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice day. Good luck, everyone. Hopefully we're going to have a green arrow. And yeah, if you think that the leaks are wrong, hopefully for you it's going to be fine. If not, the same. Good luck, everyone, anyway, and I'm going to see you next time. Bye.